So right now we are working on 2 projects. We've decided to work on 2 projects at the same time. We're working on Mando and Chief and we're working on Luke vs. Nick 2. Right now we're going to focus, this section right here is we're going to be focusing on Mando and Chief. As of that project right now, I need to clear off this table behind me. This table is covered in junk and it's covered with a Lego set that I built while I was at Star Wars Celebration. Now, if you don't know what Star Wars Celebration is a convention that is literally just Star Wars. It is a culmination of everything Star Wars, and it is awesome. That's where this shirt came from. And so I built a set that I've wanted to get since I was a kid. I don't think I ever voiced out that I wanted the set in the first place. I think if I voiced it out, I'd had a higher chance, but I was living with my grandma at the time, and these Lego Star Wars, because the Clone Wars was coming out, so these Clone Wars commercials are coming out, and they redid the gunship, the troop carrier from the Clone Wars, and it is one of my favorite ships. Not the favorite, but one of my favorites. They made a collector set of it, and I have it! Built it at the hotel room. I remember my friend Tori and Minnie giving me because it took over the entire table, or not the entire table, and they were like, you can't build any more Lego. So I think I got like 7 Lego sets from that. Actually, they're all right there in those boxes. Anyway, that's my Star Wars Celebration story. I have more, but we'll talk about those later. That's where this Lego set came from. So Mando and Chief, it's going to be a stop motion, and we picked it because basically, I have to build a set again, because number one, we got some of it built already. We got this playroom set, because when I bought the gunship, and this is why I recommend you buy directly from Lego, is because number one, you get points to go toward your purchases later. So like, because I bought all of this stuff from Lego, except for the Ewok Village and the wheel bike from Revenge of the Sith, because like I had to get those from a stand at the con, what ended up happening was they'll give you extra little sets. So I spent X amount of money, I was able to get the bedroom set, and then I also got, which I was super stoked for, the Aunt Beru's kitchen set, which was really cool. So now we got the kitchen, we have Grogu's bedroom, essentially is what this is going to be. So now I'm gonna try to incorporate this into the build, and then get the rest of the, get the rest of the build going. So I'm trying to learn a little bit of Lego engineering so that way we can build the second floor. Luckily, all my Legos are already kind of assorted by color down here. I need to get everything that's not Lego off of this table. I need to finish building this ship so I can tuck it away or put it on display somewhere. Maybe my mom will let me display it in the house. That'd be really cool. Please! Then I can start building. So that's it. Let's go! Basically, I'm taking the camera and zooming in to see like what shots would look like as I animate them. I think for the most part we're good to go, but as I zoom out, that's what we're looking at. You don't have to build a roof or go too crazy high. As long as you know like what angles you're getting, it's like, oh, we're done. I pulled out all my tan Legos, pulled out all of my white Legos, and we have expanded the Aunt Beru kitchen set. Number one, you've got Mando and Chief over there with Grogu, just kind of hanging out, having a good time. But for the most part, we did build out all of the set. So there's a couple ways I've cheated in this Lego set, and especially this room right here. Number one, everything on the outside that you cannot see is all just not random Legos, but they are Legos that had a flat edge on one side, which creates that flat wall, which is really, really cool. Obviously, some Legos need to be like cleaned up because these are old, and white Legos are notorious for getting dirty the worst. But on this wall, this one I actually had to try because when you go over to the other side, I mean, there's the rest of the building. I have all my Christmas Legos out. I know it's early, but my friend Mia wanted to take a look at them. She hadn't. I talked to her about them, but she's never actually like seen them. So I pulled them out. These ones I got with a Lego Christmas set. Actually, I think I have it right over here. It's back here. It's a Christmas Carol. My grandma bought me the Lego Ghostbusters set because she spent over $30 because it was a $200 set. They sent her. That Lego set is something that I could build. Which is actually how we ended up with this first part of the kitchen. Expanded the floor with the beige colored text. So Aunt Brew's kitchen is the start to the kitchen. We'll probably add more as we go on. All of these Lego Star Wars Christmas characters are all from the Advent calendar. I try to get that every year. The Boba and the Yoda I got at a convention. I found them and I lost my ever-living marbles. I have a lot of Lego pieces just still on the floor that need to get put away. I haven't gotten around to that yet. Right now I'm still working on the script to Mando-in-Chief. I think the hard part is just story. I mean, the premise of it is that, you know, Grogu says the N-word, like that's what it's literally going to be titled. And before everybody gets shut off about that, give me 1 second. Let me explain. It's a lot about my own experience with it because I didn't know what the word meant as a kid. One of the things that I was taught in the 1st and 2nd grade, if you didn't know what a word meant, instead of just asking about it, you could look at the context of the word and you can you can pretty much guesstimate what the word means. As a person who grew up in a Christian household, lived on Air Force bases where, for the most part, language was pretty clean. I wasn't allowed to say stupid, I wasn't allowed to say but, and here I am cussing like a sailor. Those were like words that were no-nos, like you could not say those. We lived in the Central Valley. We go over to school where I am maybe 11 or 12 at this point. I was in 6th and 7th grade, and I hear these kids calling themselves the N-word, going, "What's up, my guy?" You know, my N-word, and so on and so forth. So my brain went, okay, what is the context of what this word is being used? Well, they're using it as if, you know, saying, my guy, my homie, what's up, my fishizzle? So I'm like, cool, okay. So that must be what it means. It's just another one of those words, like not, you know, just something. Must mean homie, right? Go up to my mom. Mom picks me up. I go, "What's up, my N-word?" And then she smacked me really hard in the face. Obviously not that hard. I didn't get bruised or anything, but I was shocked. Mostly with my mom, if I do something wrong, pinches my ear. That's usually the first sign that she does. My sister picked up on it. Hate it. So that was, I was panicked. I was freaking out. I was like, what the just happened? I'm like, I don't understand. What did I say? What did I? She's screaming at me, "Do you know what that word means?" I'm like, no, I don't know what that means. And so eventually got to a point where we could slow down on the drive home where I was like, I did not know that's what this word meant. And then my mom explained it to me and how it is an actual like insult and a racial slur and all of these things. I'm just like, wow, thanks for telling me after smacking me. Love you, Mom. So it's a play on the idea of your kids go to school and they learn things that they're not supposed to. So that's the premise of it. That's the basic idea. It's just the title is very clickbaity, which is how we get views on YouTube. Playing it very, very dangerous. I'm trying to write the script, and the hard part is like, I'm like, this sounds really racist, and I don't want it to be. But there was also a point where like Captain America was gonna bust in because Grogu says the N-word one more time, and then that's when Captain America just loses, you know, he randomly was like, that's it, because, you know, language. At that point, I kind of like looked back at it and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I know we do make fun of the N-word pass. That whole concept is weird to me. I don't understand it. So I think when it comes to the script, I need to go back and change even more things now because I realize I'm writing this with my cousin, which I'm realizing may not be the best idea. It's just also one of those things where it's like, he was born and raised in like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. I played Pokemon as a kid. What he thinks is okay to say, I don't agree with. And he would never say it in a professional setting. I just don't use it as well in the everyday. He's like, well, let's make the most hilarious stereotypical racist jokes. And I'm like, racist jokes are funny, but also have to make them a good taste. I think I'm overthinking it. I need to make a video that is more like us thing, put it out, move on. I'm gonna go back and change the script. And do that. I need a freaking coffee or something. Let's go make coffee.
The chase is on, and the fate of the Jedi is in your hands. With the new LEGO Star Wars Republic gunship, you can deploy the fighters, gear up for battle, and blast off into action to take on the enemy. The air battle has begun, and you control the action. With the new LEGO Star Wars collection, each set sold separately.